Hey everybody, welcome to the new episode of Blind Ranger Outdoors. We're camped down here in St. George, West Virginia, getting ready to do 2 days on the Cheat River. We were down here, did this same float last year and had such a good time we thought we'd come back and do it again. So we have 4 of us on this float. The Kraken, as usual, he's here. Colonel Walt and Scott made the trip. This will be his first float with us in close to 25 years, and so it'll be good to see him out there. We'll be doing the Kraken and I in a canoe, and the other 2 in kayaks. We'll be doing some fishing. Not sure how we'll do. Been calling, it's July 6th and pretty hot, and they've been calling for severe thunderstorms. We didn't get much rain last night. We're hoping the water's going to be up high enough, but we'll have a good time, and as usual, catch a few fish, and we'll see how it goes. Go down here and see our old buddy Scott. We don't allow him to camp on the same campsite with us. Good to see you're out of bed.
I'm happy to see you this morning.
I've been up since 10 till 6.
10 till 6?
Yeah, I already had my coffee.
Well, I was up about 6. I just wasn't out rolling around yet.
Oh, so you didn't come down to see me. I want to film your rig back here that you got.
Okay.
Tell me what this kayak is you have.
It's a Skidoo or Hoodoo kayak. It's sit on top. Has a chair and all that. It's fishing kayak, and it was a gift from the staff at Twin Falls State Park when I retired.
So this will be its not its maiden voyage, because you had it out on a pond. In a river. Yeah.
Pond.
Well, what are we having, Walt, for breakfast?
We got ham, country ham, hen eggs, we got Able bagels, and honey, coffee, whatever your little heart desires.
All right. Looking good. Oh, there they are, ready to get put in. The boys are out doing the shuttle. We got Scott's Hoodoo for its maiden voyage on the river, and Walt's fishing kayak. I think it's Perception. I always forget what his is. And Ken and I are taking his little boat today, the Discovery 158. Since we're base camping, we're not having to haul all of our gear with us, so we left my big Discovery behind. Water's marginal. It's running 391 CFS. We've done it at 400. That was pretty low, so hopefully we'll make it through without too much dragging. We're going to do about 8 miles today. This section was pretty good fishing last year, so hopefully we'll get into some fishing. So anyway, we're putting in at St. George and going down to Hannahsville, about 8 miles. The Kraken's got him a nice one on there. Got him up?
Got him up.
All right. Good one. We got a double. I got one on and the Kraken's got one on at the same time. Where's yours at? You got him yet? There's evidence of a double. Not quite big though. Kraken's into him. I think I got a pretty good one on.
You taking kind all day?
Yeah. I tell you, we're doing pretty good. Yeah, it is sprinkling a little bit. You ready to head on down? I'm gonna take a little break here on this rock bar, stretch your legs. Kraken made one cast from the bank and had a big one on and broke off. There's Scott down there in his hoodoo. Seems to be a nice boat. Well, so far at this 391 CFS, it's pretty low, but we haven't had to get out. We've scraped a lot, but definitely wouldn't want to do it any lower than this. Low water. Scott coming through there yet?
Yeah, he's coming through right in the middle.
He's doing good with that. For his first time really in a kayak. Look like you've been kayaking your whole life.
What?
Said looks like you've been kayaking your whole life.
That's some tricky water.
We're about 3.5 hours into the float. We haven't had to get out one time to drag it. Canoes dragged a few times, but we got through it. Fishing's been really good, and the rain's held off, keeps clouding up, but the thunderstorms have not visited us just yet. And a good float so far. We're missing Walt though. he took off from the put in and we haven't seen him since. When we arrived at the takeout, we found Walt lying on the bank taking a nap. Good morning. Well, the rain finally arrived. Been forecasting rain, heavy rain all day yesterday and the day before. We never really got it, but it's a light rain through the night and this morning, which is actually a good thing because should bring that river up a little bit.
I knew he'd patch stuff and patch it and patch it and cobble and cobble and he'd never find. I'm the same way.
So I will cut open a tube of toothpaste to get the last little bit of toothpaste out of my tube of toothpaste.
That's sick.
It is. It drives me crazy when I'm doing it.
We got in last night, had a dinner of ranger beans that I made, and Walt made wilted lettuce And let's see, we had something else I can't remember now. So anyway, nice dinner, great evening, and just kind of hung around the campfire, went to bed, didn't do any filming.
And so for a week before we go to the meeting, every day that Emily talks to Walt, she tells him, let Ken do the talking. And Walt's, yeah, absolutely, I don't want to do any talking. But Walt's the one that could get us in the door with this guy. So he's got to go. So he comes to Beckley and then rides to Charleston with me. And all the way down there, and Emily had instructed me to make sure that remind Walt not to talk.
We're going to head up to the river, check it out, see if it came up any or went down lower, and hopefully there's enough. Ken and I are going to do another stretch of the cheat today. Walt and Scott, they're not going to go with us today. But hopefully we have enough water and do another stretch here in a little while. The river did come up a little bit. It's actually at 420 CFS today. It was 391 yesterday. So hopefully that little bit of water might make things a little easier on those super low sections. I'm at the put-in at Holly Meadows. We're going to run 8 miles from Holly Meadows down to St. George. It's just the Kraken and I. He's doing the shuttle right now. Putting on pretty late. We won't be putting in till probably 1:45 in the afternoon. And hopefully the fishing's as good as it was yesterday. So, well, hopefully you can see those up through there. The Kraken counted 45 geese going up through there. I wasn't quick enough to film them until they got too far away. This section of the Cheat River is located about 30 minutes from where I grew up in Tucker County. Although I moved to Arizona almost 25 years ago, I've been blessed to be able to return each and every summer to enjoy the beautiful mountains and rivers of West Virginia. We're about an hour and 45 minutes into the float. Fishing's not been near as good today, but the water level, that little extra water, sure made a difference. But we're in a pretty section of the river. Hardly scraping at all. So that 420 CFS is not a bad level. The Cheat River begins in Parsons, West Virginia, at the confluence of the Shavers and Black Forks. It flows north for 78 miles, where it eventually dumps into the Monongahela River in Point Marion, Pennsylvania. A little more wildlife on the float. There. Over there.
Yep. Yeah, they're all actually in the water. They're heading up the bank.
Huh.
That's unusual.
Well, we're coming into St. George, into the float. Let's see, it took us about 5 hours. Yeah, just a little 5 hours and 15 minutes. That 420 CFS was fine except for one spot. There was one area that was pretty shallow. Other than that, it was great. But I probably wouldn't want to do it any lower than 420 on this upper section. So that was an 8-mile run from Holly Meadows to St. George. Fishing wasn't nearly as good today as it was yesterday, but it was a nice leisurely float though. End of another trip. Cheat River 2022. Cheers.
Another
Successful
good trip. Another good adventure.